Hello, this is my intro video for Model 1, also Model 1 AEP 858, Data Analysis and Assessment. My name is Eric Cooper. I grew up in Western Kansas and went to school, a little 1A school. Went on to attend Fort Hays, where I graduated in 2001. First job out was a 6th through ninth grade math position in Deerfield, Kansas. Since then, I've moved to Clearwater, and I teach 7th grade math. I've been doing the same thing since 2006. I am married with two kids. I have a daughter, Brooke. She is a freshman, and a son, Cash, who is now 7 weeks old and um, sleeps and keeps me up all night. I used to coach a lot. Now I do officiate college football at the D2 level, the same league that Fort Hays is actually in. And I'm working on this class to continue my master's in administration. My current workplace is Clearwater Middle School. I only teach 7th grade math there. I do teach two sections of 7th grade math. Three of the periods are regular 7th grade math, and the other two are an accelerated version where we try to get through all the 7th grade and half of the 8th grade material to help the kids get into a different, some higher level classes in high school, if you will. We average about 90 students per grade. Last year, I had one class set up to where I had some IEP students, so I had one class with one para. The rest of the classes are on my own. And again, I told you we had two advanced classes. Data analysis. What we do in Clearwater is we have two NWA testing periods, one in the fall and one in the spring. We compare at the end of the year, and we send a report home to the parents on how much their child improved. Hopefully, very few times do they not improve, but we will send those out as well. We take a beginning and end book test. We use Big Ideas Math, so it has a nice test at the beginning to kind of make sure we have the kids placed where they need to be, and again at the end just to make sure that the material that we covered that they picked up on. We also, like everybody else in the state of Kansas, take the state assessments, and then we use for reading. Our reading teacher uses her star, and then the star she takes and uses that towards her how many points they need for their book reports or their accelerated reading. The elementary uses MTSS, which I'm not very familiar with. I know that's data that we get as middle school, and it also helps place the kids in my 7th grade class, but I'm not very familiar with it. What we use the data for? The main thing we use it for in 7th grade math is where we place them at. Again, we have the two classes, so the data helps with that, as well as their regular math score. We use the data from the STAR for their AR reading and their goals. And then the main one for the data for us as a teacher is to see where our kids are high or low at as a class, as an individual, and then what the teacher can do to improve from year to year or even in the NWA right away. Data for daily use. We use the data in my room for ability groups. We can change those. If a kid is performing well, we can change him to a different group, he or her. Or if they're not able to keep up, then obviously we can move them to the regular 7th grade class. Also, if the data proves, we can have an IEP and maybe move them to a smaller classroom or to a different setting. The focus points, again, using the information to determine myself as a teacher, what my strengths, what the kids are picking up on, what I feel like I'm teaching well, and then also what the weaknesses are, what the kids are struggling with, what I can do to improve, where I need to go get extra help at. And then teaching review, just going over everything, all the data we've gathered, and using it for the best of our students. What I'm wanting to learn out of this class. Why are we required to give so many tests? What is the data being used for? I feel strongly that our kids are being over-tested. So can we cut them back? Can we make it more valuable? The state assessment we give right now, and we will not receive our results until middle of the summer, so we won't get them until the beginning of the next year. By that time, it's too late. So what's the good of that? I'm sure there is some, or we wouldn't be doing it. So I'm wanting to learn what that is. What does the district look at? As a teacher, we look at what we can do to instruct our students better, but what does the data mean to the district level? Anything better what are we using? We give the NWA and the pre and post test from our book. Is there better information out there? Is there better testing? There's some that help with the ACT prep, something to look into. I'm interested in hearing the feedback on that. How can I use this information better in the classroom? Again, I know we all have strengths and weaknesses. So the weakness is, what can I do to go out and become a better teacher?